Hello, it's Travis Edwards with another mental check. Take a shot of your positive vibes. Let's go! Welcome to another mental check. Today we are going to be talking about decisions. What I would like to say is this, is that procrastination is the actual number one dream killer. And its polar opposite is decision. Literally, it's decision. Everything has an opposite, and the opposite of procrastination is decision. It's when you want to do something or you've been putting off something instead of just making a decision to get it done. And Napoleon Hill says in this book, and again, another book that says this, a whole chapter dedicated on decision, says in Think and Grow Rich that successful people make decisions quick, and if they change it very slowly. And unsuccessful people make decisions slowly and change them quick. So you can see a big contrast from those that are successful, that make decisions quick and change. If they change that decision, they change it very slowly, versus the opposite, which is a person that makes a decision very slowly, they're hesitant, and then they're changing it very quickly. Now, why is that important to understand? Is because we think on frequencies. And yesterday I told you that the highest potential is thought. Thought energy is the highest potential. Now, we think on frequencies. A frequency, if you want to think of it, the easiest way to think of frequency, you can think of your radio, like 93.5, 93.7. You cannot be on the same frequency at the same time. Or if you do want to connect to someone or you want to connect to a certain frequency, it's like calling someone on the phone. So basically, my sister's on this call. So if I wanted to call Triva, I dial her number, that taps into her frequency and I get connected to her. That is exactly how your thinking works. It's like you're dialing into a frequency and now you get access to what is on that level. If you do not make that call, then you stay on the current frequency that you're on, the frequency that you currently reside on. And so because you think on frequency, a frequency is just a level of vibration. And I'm going to bring this all together for you guys today. Remember, I told you there's what you guys might not know is that there's an infinite level of frequencies. This is something that I studied in physics in school, so I know this exists. But a frequency is a level of vibration. And as I said, your vibration is dictated by what is planted in your subconscious mind. So you're vibrating a certain way. So when you want to make a decision to go to do something, whether it's, for me, go to Turks and Caicos or run a successful business, whatever it may be, I have this thought energy that I want to go and do something. But what tends to happen with most people is that they flip off of that frequency because they can't see it happening. So what you really need to do is start using your higher faculties like imagination. Imagination is probably the best thing that you can use to help you to stay on that frequency. So let's give you a hypothetical situation. Let's say that you want to go to a place, or you want to take a trip to someplace exotic, someplace that people have never been. This idea pops into your mind from wherever it comes from. And you say, you know what? I'm going to do that when you say, when my money's right, when there's no chaos happening in my life, what you're doing is you're going to that frequency and then you switch back down to your frequency because you're looking at the circumstances. And yesterday I talked about this. Physical is the lowest potential you can live on. So if you keep operating out of your physical life and you keep looking at the results down there, you're only going to get what's down there. But the way you're supposed to do is you got to flip onto that frequency, stay on that frequency, using your imagination. And once you're there, stay there. So always go to the future, see yourself already there on that trip. And once you keep seeing that, keep picturing that, what's going to happen is eventually the resources, the people, the circumstances, the situations, everything you can think of will come into play for you to be there. Literally, you really need to understand that it doesn't matter if you have the money or not. The money will be attracted to you. Someone will come and tell you, there's a discount on the trip, or someone will be willing to lend you the money. You don't know where the money's coming from, but you need to understand that you need to make the decision. Once you make that decision, you flip your mind onto a different frequency. And because you're on that frequency, everything changes. Now, the problem that most of us have is that we ask others what we should do. But the real thing is that you should learn, and I had to learn this a lot later in life, is that we need to lead our own counsel. We need to learn to make our own decisions, and we need to teach our kids to make their own decisions. Ask them what would they like to do. Ask yourself, what would you like to do? Do not ask somebody if you should do something. You know what the right answer, your gut feeling tells you what to do. Follow your own counsel. Don't ask somebody what you should do. It really matters what you really want versus what someone else wants for you. Because as soon as you flip onto that frequency and that person doesn't recognize you or understand you for who you are right now, they're going to look at you weird. So unless they're on a frequency that is much, much higher than yours, and you can tell that, then I might consider this the actual input. But other than that, make your own decisions. So just understand that decisions are very, very powerful. They shape every part of your life. Think about it. Every decision that you've made up until this point has led exactly to where you are in your life right now. But the cool thing about human nature, or particularly us, our species, humans versus animals, is that we have the ability to switch and flip our situation with another decision. And it's all up to you, because we think on frequencies. You need to understand that the minute you make a decision, you must stick with that decision, burn all ships, cut all sources of retreat, which I talked about in the previous session. Make that decision, make that thing a desire, make it something that you really, really want, and it will be yours. That's all I have to tell you guys today. Decisions are very, very powerful.